The door opens like any other night. A quiet return, a routine step into a life that just hours ago still made sense. But on November 13, 1999, in Nagoya, Japan, routine dies at the threshold. Satoru Takaba is 32 years old, a working man, a husband, a father. The kind of man whose life is built on simple, solid things. His wife, Namiko, his 2-year-old son, Kohei, and a future that felt secure. He steps inside, and everything collapses. There is blood in the hallway. Not a drop, not a smear, but the kind of violence that stains the air itself. His wife, Namiko, lies there, 32 years old, her life torn away in a brutal, deliberate act. Multiple stab wounds to the neck. No chance, no goodbye. And then, the silence. Somewhere in that same apartment, his son, Kohei, is still there, alive. Sitting in the aftermath, too young to understand the full weight of what he has just survived. The killer, a woman, had forced her way in, carried out the attack, calmly washed the blood from her hands in the sink, and disappeared. By the time the police arrive, the scene is already slipping into the past. In 1999, forensic science is limited. DNA exists, but it is slow, incomplete, and often inconclusive. Investigators collect what they can, take statements, process the scene. They promise effort. They promise diligence.
But what they cannot promise is justice. The case goes cold. For most people, this is where the story fractures, where survival becomes the priority, where grief demands escape, a new home, a new life, distance from the nightmare. But Satoru Takaba does something else, something that at first glance makes no sense at all. He leaves the apartment, but he does not let it go. Month after month, year after year, he continues to pay the rent. Not occasionally, not symbolically, completely, fully, relentlessly. He never moves back in. He never allows it to be cleaned. He never allows it to be touched. The bloodstains remain. The furniture stays frozen in place. The sink, the very sink where the killer washed her hands, stands exactly as it was on the night everything ended. What Satoru creates is not a home. It is a time capsule. A preserved crime scene locked in place against the erosion of time. 26 years pass. 26 years of payments, of quiet persistence, of a decision that isolates him from what most would consider normal healing. Over 22 million yen, roughly $145,000, spent on an empty apartment that serves no purpose in the present except one: to hold the past intact. People question him. They call it obsession. Some might even call it madness. Friends drift away. The world moves on, as it always does. Cases fade, memories blur. Even tragedy over time is expected to soften. But Satoru does not soften. He raises his son alone. He does not remarry. He continues to remind authorities that the case is still open, still unresolved, still waiting. Interviews are given. The story is kept alive, not loudly, not dramatically, but with a steady, unyielding insistence that this is not over.
And sometimes, he returns to that apartment. He sits in the silence, in a space where time has been deliberately frozen, where dust gathers but nothing essential changes, where the last moments of his wife's life are still imprinted in the physical world, waiting for someone, someday, to finally understand them. Years turn into decades, and then the world changes. By 2025, forensic science is no longer what it was in 1999. DNA technology has advanced beyond anything investigators could have imagined at the time of the crime.
Techniques are sharper. Databases are broader. The ability to extract meaning from the smallest trace of biological evidence has become extraordinarily precise. And suddenly, that preserved apartment matters. Investigators return. They step back into a room untouched for over 2 decades, a scene that has not been erased, renovated, or diluted by time. They collect new samples, especially from that sink, the quiet detail the killer believed would erase her presence. But it didn't. This time, the evidence speaks. A DNA match is found. The name is Kumiko Yasufuku, 69 years old. Not a stranger, not a random intruder. Someone from Satoru's past. They had attended the same high school, played in the same tennis club. Years earlier, she had developed feelings for him, feelings she had confessed, gifts had been given, emotions expressed. But Satoru had chosen Namiko. What followed, according to investigators, was something that did not fade with time. Whether it was jealousy, fixation, or something more complex, it endured quietly until it erupted into violence. In late 2025, Kumiko Yasufuku is arrested. She confesses her involvement. By 2026, she is formally indicted for murder. After 26 years, the silence breaks.